the South. Ain't got really feel me. Feel us. East Coast feel me. Feel us. West Coast feel me. Say what?
What's up, y'all? It's Kaya. I'm back. It is season 4, episode 18's recap. Came back for you, y'all. We're almost at the end. Oh my god, we only got like 2 more episodes left. But the finale that's coming, I know is about to give. Because right now, and I'm getting my party next week, y'all, because I've been dying this whole season for them to just give me a party up in this bigger house since the girls done took over, and we're about to get that next week. I'm hyped. Let's get into this week's recap because this week was so good. Got to see Mama Laura. I love me some Mama Laura. I got my breakup. Let me stop. Y'all, let's go. It's a lot to get into, so let's go. Wait, y'all, because I said we got Mama Laura back. We also got Carter back. I was like, yes, I was missing him a little bit. This man Carter is up for a new job in Oakland, right? He come to talk to his homie Billy. I was saying the last few weeks that Billy been growing on me because he been doing what he's supposed to do, trying to do what he's supposed to do. This new job as principal, this role, you know, that he has temporarily that he's trying to make permanent. I said, I can see him doing this long term. But right now, my man's done got knocked down a few pegs because Carter comes to talk to his friend, y'all. He been MIA. My man's, he on the come up. He trying to make things possible for his future, for him and his woman, his woman and his woman's kids. He trying to do that. He's letting him know what the job is. Him and Mama Grace, their relationship is going well. But this right here, yo, I gotta move away. And that's my lady. I don't know what that is gonna mean for us in our future together, you know? Billy, he trying to be that friend. I'm looking. At the same time, Billy's telling him about his position as principal, how he has competition, and he has to figure out what he can do to help him keep this role as principal, right? We get preached. Yeah, I love me some preach. We get preached. He's spitting facts to both of them. He's just letting them both know, stop complaining. It's only your hands, giving them advice. They take this advice and they roll with it, right? Billy. One of the shadiest things I have ever seen in my life. I said, no way. So Regina, who's in the running with him, she'll pull out as long as my man finds the dean of student affairs, right? I said, yo, this just irks me so bad, y'all, because that's so messed up. I was like, yo, no, you not. No, you not. And Mama Grace, she don't know what's up. She don't know her man is about to be out. She don't know her man is going to ask her to come with. But Billy knew all of this. I mean, he ain't know he was going to ask her to come. But he knew that if you know this man loves this woman, and you know he got this job opportunity someplace else that he has to move away to, you don't think he going to ask his woman to come with him? Yes, you do. He mad shady, y'all. So he gonna sit here and offer the job to her. Mama Grace said yes. How we know she said yes? Now back to her house, right? She up in the crib with Carter, and Carter is like, you know I love you, boo. And I got this job opportunity in Oakland for my political career. Look at him, his political career. He going places. And I love you so much. I want you to come with me. Y'all. She had to break it to him. The look, that slight look on his face when she told him about Billy offering her the job of dean of student affairs. I said, yo, he know. The next time he see Billy, he better punch him in the face because that was messed up. You went to him as a friend and he's sitting here giving you advice and he knew what was up. He can't even act like he ain't know nothing. Cause forget shady, y'all. That's mad selfish. He only cared about himself. Billy, you only cared about yourself. I don't like you right now. Ooh, you irk my nerves. You know what it is too is because he knows how much Mama Grace loves Crenshaw, this school, these students. He was like a snake. He was like a snake. He could try to deny it, but he was a freaking snake. Because he could have waited for Carter to have this conversation with her first. You already knew where Carter was headed, that he was going to talk to her. But yeah, you go talk to her first. Like, that's your woman. I mean, Carter felt bad for him, yo, because he was like, that was my friend. Was. Because I ain't going to consider him no friend no more. And now, my woman is staying here. He don't know what's going to happen with their relationship. They're about to try to make it work long distance. We've seen how well that worked for other people. Let me stop. You know what? Let's go. Because Billy, I don't like you right now. That's it. Big and Coop, y'all. Coop is looking for a job. And I said, you know, community service has been treating her really well. Her and Nana Marita, y'all, they started with General Hospital. Now they done work their way to Law and Order. I said, this is Coop's Nana now. Yeah, she's her and Sky's Nana. That could be a thing. That's their Nana because her and Sky are about to be a thing temporarily. So Coop needs a job. She needs work. Layla throws it out there because she hears this, that she's looking for an intern. That ain't about to happen. But apparently she's on her list of apologies, right? Coop is on Layla's list of apologies. So she's giving it to her right now. I was like, I don't see why she owes this girl an apology. It was not making sense in my mind until she started talking. I said, when you look at it this way, I can see it. It makes sense. Here's why. That's a two-way apology. It's going this way, but it's coming back this way. I said, this is the way it should be. Layla, is apologizing to Coop because, yes, the way Coop did business, she did not handle that the right way. Yeah, this is your friend, but also this is her career. It's your career as well. And if you knew that this was going to jeopardize her business, you were supposed to let her know. You're talking to all these other people and you're not talking to the person you should be talking to. At the same time, Layla's apologizing, which I was like, all right, you could apologize for that because at the end of the day, that is your friend, you know? She was apologizing because she wasn't being much of a friend. It was just strictly business in that moment when she fired her, when she was like, sign right here. I can do what I want with this music. It was bark, Layla. It was Layla with the real bark. That she's been mastering this season. She wasn't very much a friend at that time for a long time towards her because she was in her feels about the Carrie situation, things from her past, and now Coop, and how at the time it was affecting your business in a negative way and she wasn't talking to you. So you're feeling like you're being shut out in a sense from someone who you're supposed to be a team with. And after watching this week and also rewatching last week with Carrie and how that conversation went for her, how she was feeling, you know, her talking about her past and everything, and her just having that weight lifted off of her and now feeling open enough to make these apologies, y'all. I thought more on it and I was like, you know, I can see why she wants to make these apologies because of the way she handled certain situations when she was shut down, basically. She wasn't letting many people in. She wasn't letting but one person in. And because of the way she came across to these people who are supposed to be her friends, her family, you know, it was harsh. She was brutal and it was coming from a place of anger, a place of hurt, which is understandable. I can understand her wanting to make apologies for the way it came across. Her feeling that way is completely valid. Hence why Coop, she knew that she was affecting her business and that this was on her and that she should have just came and spoke to her instead of taking her sweet time to come to her. No shade, a little bit. But it could have been spoken a different way. You guys could have talked these things out differently, you know? And I think for her just completely shutting down on everyone, it made it come out so brutal. Layla and Coop end up squashing everything. She still needs to find a job though, so she goes to see Mama Laura. I was like, I see where this is headed, and I'm here for it. Let's go. Coop's humor, y'all, it just keeps getting better and better. The jokes this girl has, I'm liking you more and more, girl. Keep going down this path. We're gonna be good to go. Me and you and I. Mama Laura, she got a lot going on over here. She working at the house. She got all them papers all over the table. She can't even find her cell phone. This girl, she go take a phone call, right? The other phone is ringing. So this girl, Coop, is now answering calls for her. And y'all know, her and Nana Marita been watching Law and Order. She was over there spitting them terms that she been hearing. I said, yes, girl, make it sound good. The Coop ends up doing a good job handling the calls. I was like, this is me. I said, listen here, let this girl get this job because Mama Laura has done a lot for many people in the past. But Coop, she has definitely done the most for this girl right here, and she ain't getting not 1 cent back for her. So if you can have this girl working for you, them paychecks that she about to be making working for you too, girl, they should be coming right back to you. It should be going right back in your pocket. Money that is owed to you that you have not seen yet. Come on. So later when Coop ends up posting about Mama Laura and now she's become the most sought after in Crenshaw, I was like, yo, here we go. Mama Laura was like, you know what? I'm gonna need the help because my phone is ringing off the hook. I said, yes, it is. And Coop could pick it up. She was like, you know what, girl? All you gotta do is enroll in school. I said, I don't know about that part. She not too good with that, you know? But to make some money, and I feel like she is changing a little bit. She can do it. She might can do it. And this is what I really am starting to like about Coop is seeing that she's really trying and she's changing. I see the changes. I'm not going like I don't see them. I see them, y'all. Her with Nana Marita and seeing how much fun. We don't be seeing Nana like that no more. They need to take us back to that community center because she be talking about it. I'm like, I want to see them watch Law and Order. But seeing her and Nana Marita or hearing about them and just knowing that they have a connection, she enjoys spending time with her. And now her with Mama Laura, she's going to be working with her. I feel like Mama Laura is going to be a mentor to her, but at the same time, a friend in a way, and someone who she's gonna make Mama Laura feel young again. Mama Laura's gonna help her mature more and just grow into the woman that she needs to be, you know, for her impatience to get back together. I'm all here for this Coop. I love this Coop. Thank y'all very much, AA, because she's on the right track. She is very much on the right track. So let's head on to some more people who are on the right track, which is my girl Layla and my man's Jor, you know. Let's go. And Simone. Simone's there. Simone's here. We have Layla making her apologies. She's on her apology train, y'all. This train apparently is making several stops. I was not expecting it to make this many stops. I think Coop's apology should have been the easiest for her, though. It would have been the easiest, especially because we saw one later on too, and it was not that great. But I think considering her and Coop's situation and what they had going on between the two of them, and because they have to deal with business, you know, in a sense, that would have been the easiest for her to give and to confront head on like that. But we're on a break right now from apologies because Daddy, Papa JP, he about to have breakfast with Aaron, right? And this girl is headed there with Jor. Y'all, this just also adds more into them being in their own bubble. No one knows what's going on between the two of them at this point in time. No one knows what is going on. This girl comes to pick this boy up and no one's there. No JJ, no Asher, no Spence. And he's getting dressed up. He's getting so done up for this girl. Cologne? What, Jor? It's perfect timing. It's perfect timing on their part because it's always just them. They're always able to just have these moments between the two of them, which makes it even better. Like, it makes it even better because it feels like a secret, and we're in on that secret. We are, y'all. We're in on that secret. At least we were. Now other people are in on it too a little bit. Layla comes strolling up in the house. She makes a comment about the cologne. He's trying to hide the cologne. I'm like, my man, you don't think she gonna smell it on you? Especially when y'all walk out the house and y'all sitting down at breakfast. You don't think she gonna smell it? Like, that's where that smell was coming from. She sees him. This is how you know this girl is gone. Y'all, she is so gone on Jor. And this is why. He's wearing the most basic outfit. I don't want to say basic because it could have been a regular tee. It had a little bit buttons there and a little collar, but it like a basic polo. This girl was like, oh, you look like you're dressed for the Grammys. That looked like the perfect breakfast outfit that he was in to me. It seriously did. And she was making it seem like he was so dressed up. Why? Because to her, he looks good in anything. And if it's not just a basic tee, she gonna be like, you know, it's just, girl, it's just what? It's just breakfast. And he's wearing just a breakfast outfit. I said, you go ahead, girl. You let your man know. And she sure did. What did she say? No, you look good. You look handsome. Putting that scholar, y'all. Because look, y'all, when they was up in that studio, and my man's, that studio outfit was even more dressy than what he got on here. This man had on a full jacket looking like tie-dye patch colors all over it. He looked so good up in that jacket to both of us, me and Layla. What did she say? She was like, and it's not just because of your good looks. She is never going to hesitate to compliment her man. Yes, it's her man. I can fully say her man now because break up. We're going to get to it. The attraction you can feel in those stairs is crazy. And just when they was walking out the door, who walks in? Simone. Y'all, the look on their faces when Simone walked through that door was a look of oh snap from all of them. Jor, oh snap, that's my girlfriend. Layla, oh snap, that's his girlfriend. Simone? Oh snap, so it wasn't just phone calls. I said, come on, show me how this plays out. This girl Simone was like, I feel like I interrupted something. They were so quick with it. Layla was quicker though. That boy Jory, he was stuck. He was so stuck. But that girl Layla, she was like, I'm used to shutting things off. I'm used to and I'm used to just closing off emotions, you know? She's good at that. So she was able to switch it up real quick. She's not really realizing her feelings right now. She knows that she has feels for him, y'all. She do. But she's not fully discovering those feels right now. She's not allowing herself to fully discover them feels right now, that she's in love with him. But she knows she's attracted to him and that she has feelings for him. But this girl shut it down so quick. She was like, oh, no. Wait, Jor, babe. He got front too. I said, you need more practice, sir. I said, I'm not buying it. I know Layla not buying it. She over there smiling on the inside because she know what's up. Simone definitely is not buying it. That's why she showed up this weekend too. This was going to be a mess and I was here for it. I was so here for it. Layla dips out to go to her daddy and his girl. Jor takes Simone to campus. He is is really trying, y'all. This is how you know, because this boy Jordan knew that this girl was not going to leave Brinkston, but he was like, let me just throw this out here because I know she's not going to take me up on my offer. Boy was like, you know, GAU has a great tennis team. Nice try. Nice try. No, he knew she was not leaving Brinkston. He knew for a fact that girl was not going to leave Brinkston. So Simone ends up seeing Spence. They greet each other. She realizes things aren't good between Spence and Joy. Her reaction, though, to Spence and Joy and how they were looking at each other, and she could tell that something was off between them. I said I loved every second of that because that was so Simone, y'all. That was an old Simone. I feel like since she went to Brinkston, she's been a little more soft, you know, which we did get that here. She's not exactly the same Simone. She's changed a bit. But that right there between the two of them, yes, girl, let's go. Help put them back together. She gets them to sit down. She forces them to sit down. And they're all talking. Spence ends up having to dip out because of something that comes up with Liv. And now it's her and Joy. I was like, I feel like this breakup needs and it's going to happen. But Joy, don't be making a girl feel like an outsider in the place where she was born and raised at. And she's only here for a weekend. The conversation also goes to Spence's apparel launch that's happening later that night. He's letting her know he's not going. He doesn't plan on going because they're not in a great place, him and Spence. And he just wants to drop it, and that's it. It's dropped for now. It's dropped for now with them. So she ends up going to the house, right? Here's my thing about her being back at the Baker house with the girls, with Liv and Layla. I was let down a little bit, y'all, with the conversation that was happening between everybody, between the three of them. Liv got her own stuff going on. Simone is acting like, one, your man was not just visiting you. It's not like he's there all the time visiting you. Like, your man was not just there visiting you on campus at your school and taking phone calls from this girl you're sitting right next to right now. And then you're sitting here laughing it up. They was laughing it up, y'all. They were laughing with their whole chests. And I was like, and also, like, you did not just walk into the beach house where your man lives and that girl was up in there and they was getting ready to head out together. It was not adding up, y'all. And then the conversation, she wanted to make the conversation about Spence and Joy having their issue, you know, what they could do to help them, get them back together, get the band back together again. And before they could do that, the conversation just stopped because it went to Jen and what Liv had going on with Jen. I said, if they're gonna give us Simone in the Baker house, just chilling up on the couch, could we at least see how she came in the house? Was Layla the one to open the door? Who opened the door? Did Liv girl open the door? And then she walked in and then she saw Layla? Does she even know that Layla, that all of them are living up in the Baker house now? At this point, by the time she was sitting on that couch, she probably found out, but they didn't even let us see her find out. I was like, yo, that could have been an awkward encounter right there. Like, girl, you was just with my man earlier today. Y'all were about to head out somewhere. Where were y'all going? What y'all got going on? And you was calling him. He was calling you. Nothing. I got nothing. It's later now. Layla is out in the back chilling. She's finishing up these letters she got to send out, right? She got more stops on this train to go. It is like this boy George had a tracker on Simone. He knew that girl was out, so he came. That man came strolling up. He copped a squat right next to our girl on a bench. Here's my thing, too. I said, we know Jordala had another conversation following their trip to go see Carrie. This is how. When they were sitting up in that movie in the park and she told him, you know, I have apologies to make to a lot of people. She never said nothing, y'all. Nothing about writing letters to people. And this man walked up and he said, oh, more apology letters. He knew they were letters, which means following that convo in the park, they talked more about her letting go of that weight and being more vulnerable, and about these apologies that she was going to be writing, because he knew she was writing them. I said, how he knew she was writing them, though? Because I didn't even know that until just now. But he already knew, which means they had a conversation, and they just didn't show us. Listen, Layla is on her flirting game. I don't think she can help flirting. That's what it is. I don't think she can help it because she's so gone. She's so in love with this man that it just flows from her every time she's around him, because that's how he makes her. He makes her this giddy. He makes her this happy. And just his presence alone, his name alone, brightens this girl's mood completely. This man walks up and this girl is as happy as can be. So they're both playing it cool. We know they wanted to be with each other that morning. He's apologizing because he got pulled away with Simone. She's like, oh no, I completely understand. You know, Simone's in town. Of course you would be with her. It's not like she gets to visit often, y'all. She don't. We know this. She completely understands why he couldn't make it to breakfast with her dad and his girl. But It was homegirl saying that she didn't need him there, you know? And the look on his face, the look he gives, I said, it affected him. Wait, because she makes a comment saying, you know, Simone thinks. She said, Simone thinks you're not going to Spencer's launch party for his apparel line. And he said that would be correct. Simone would be correct. She said thinks, y'all, which to me means, yeah, she thinks you're not going, but if I have anything to do with it, that ain't about to be the case. And him talking about that will be correct. Someone thinks I'm not going, but I just know you have other plans, which she did. Y'all, it was the eyes. It was the eyes for me. When this girl first mentions to him and she's like, you know, I know someone else who could use your support tonight. And my man's, he's like squinting his eyes a little bit because he's like, where's she going with this? And then she follows up with Spencer's apparel launch, and the way she squints her eyes the same way. It was so cute. It was so cute. Homegirl Layla said, I'm bringing out everything. I'm whipping everything out. If whatever it takes to get him to go to this event, which is not going to be much. My eyes, they're going to be enough. They were. I'm going to just pull everything out. She said, you know, if I, after the year that I've had, you know, after what I've been through with this dude, if I can be there tonight, don't you think you could do the same? This girl went and batted the eyes at him. He was gone. He was gone. She batted the eyes, did a lean in with the hand. I said, we're gone. Come on, Jor. You can't say no to her. Y'all, when he showed up later that night at the event, and this girl, Layla, comes walking up, and she's like, oh, the pleading worked. Come on. She knew she had him when she was like this. She knew she had him when he said totally unfair. Your eyes were it, girl. You were it. The simple fact that you told him you wanted him there, basically, that was it. That was all he needed. All he needed. Immediately went home and picked out his outfit. Homegirl knew she had him immediately after that convo. She knew. When he walked away, she said, I'm gonna see him later. At that event, my man went home and picked out that outfit. Picked out that outfit, what he thought would look best for Layla. He did. She's so in love that she don't know what she doing. She don't know. She can't really see it because she is so in love with this man. This is why this can come across rude. They just walked in. His girl live across the country. He barely sees her. They've seen each other a couple of times when he's been to visit, and now she's here to visit her man. She's only get one weekend. She's here to see her man. He already dipped out from her early to come see Layla at the house. And the reason why he's at this event right now is because Layla convinced him. And he just walked in here with his girl, and this girl Layla walks up and it's like, can I borrow Jordan's height by the hat wall? She don't care. And not in a mean way. She don't care because she doesn't know. Like, she's not realizing because she's so gone, you know? She wants him. That's it. She wants him. So they're over there. It was Simone, though. That girl Simone. She was like, you don't need my permission. I know. They felt it. I felt it. Jordan, he'd be oblivious. Layla felt it. I felt it. You could feel a little irritation coming off of her because she know what's up, Simone. Simone has eyes. Simone can see. Simone can hear. Simone knows. More I look back at like how everything just played out, it's so wrong in a sense because poor Simone, like these two people cannot live without each other. Jordan and Lay. They can't. They're in their own world. They're over in this corner chilling. Who's date? Who's boyfriend? Like, what are they doing over here? He's legit only putting up like one hat every 5 minutes. They are having full conversations. Leilani. That could have left. I was not feeling that Leilani joke, but she's so gone. She was laughing at it. I said, you know what, girl? That's gonna be your soon man. Go ahead, laugh at his joke. Wait, because once again, he has a girl. Jor, at this time, he has a girl he came here with. And while he's over at this hat wall, my man is like, what's Clay doing here? Who invited Clay? Layla invited Clay because, you know, he's the last stop on her apology tour. This man, the relief he felt from her saying that it was basically nothing more than him getting this apology. I said you could at least try to hide it. You could see this man's heart dropped a little bit when he looked over at that bar and saw Clay and them curls standing over there. But my girl said it was just for an apology. That's it. That's the only reason why he's here. So she could, you know, she could make up for what she's done in the past. Don't need to apologize to him, but okay. Go ahead, girl. Clay is over by the bar. Simone is by the bar. Wait, cause Jordan sat here when he went with Layla, y'all. This dude handed her his jacket. He said, hold this. But her hands was getting tight. She put the jacket on. Clay walks up to her and he over here trying to flirt. He said, I couldn't have Layla. You know, I had her briefly, but I didn't really have her. I didn't have all of her. You know, it was just a hidden and quit it. On her end, not his. He wanted more. She wasn't trying to go there. So now he trying to hit on Simone. Simone is a taken woman. She puts two and two together. Layla's Clay. That's who this is. She's like, ew, that worked on her. And he was like, it did. At least until he showed up. And she looks off. And it's her man. It's her man. It's so funny because they're so oblivious. They don't know how this is coming across to these two other people. Two other people because they're friends. This vortex, they don't know what's up. They're living their own life. Every single one of them. They all living their own life over here. And they're not focused on Jordan and Lay. Like, what's going on between the two of them has been something that has been built up and has grown over days, weeks, months at this point, y'all. This has always been how it's been with them. Because he wasn't going to let her push him away. She wasn't able to push him away. No matter how hard she tried, that was never going to be the case. And at some point, she just stopped trying because she knew it wasn't going anywhere. To have this now where this is how they've been, and, you know, she been ended things with Clay. Simone's been gone. They've gotten into this routine. They've gotten used to this. They've gotten used to being together. And yeah, Simone's here, but this is how it's been with them, and they've gotten so comfortable with each other that it's not even registering. Like, yeah, we know she's here, but we can't help ourselves. Like, we want to be around each other. That it is what it is. Especially because it was a pop-up visit. He didn't know she was coming, so he couldn't prepare himself. They haven't had to deal with this before. It caught him by surprise, and it also took him back a little bit because he wants to spend time with Layla. Yes, he has love for Simone. Not even gonna knock it, y'all, I know, but he's not in love with her. And I think now his heart is truly with Layla, which is why he wasn't so excited when Simone first showed up at the house in the morning. Why he ended up sneaking away. He did. I know he snuck away. Didn't even tell Simone beforehand that was the reason why, you know, that he spoke to Layla, yada yada. He wasn't going to do that. We know he wasn't going to do it. And also why now he was so quick to go over there to help her. And now he's taking his sweet time helping her over here with these hats. It was like 4 hats and he's taking his sweet time to do it, y'all. And then on top of that, they're now at this table, sitting down. There's a whole table in front of them with friends and family. And at this table, it is Jor, scratch that, it's Simone, Jor, Layla. She's at the table with them, y'all. Not only is she sitting at the table with them, but her and Jor are sitting closer together than him and Simone. It's the look, though, that Simone gives. Because now, she was already suspecting before, on her way out here, her way to Cali, back to Cali, she was already suspecting. And now she's really, really observing. She is looking and she's seeing, because she knows, she feels it on the inside. She sees it in front of her eyes. And it was also now brought up to her by someone else who didn't even know who she was. So to have all that, all these facts hitting you, coming at you like this, your weekend back home, stressed. She is stressed, y'all. Which is how we end up with her and Joy back at the house. I said, this is it. This is it, right? And it was. So they're back at the beach house, Simone and Jor, and, you know, he's trying to just go about the night as if nothing's changed between them. While she's been away, now that she's back, he's going about the night as if it's just any regular night with them. Like they're back in high school. That is not the case. And Simone knows this. This was such a beautiful breakup. Not in a shady way either, because yeah, I didn't want them together. Beautiful with how it played out between them. The emotion, the song. I said, stop. Y'all are really pulling at my heartstrings here, man. And him having all this information, you know, these facts. We're gonna get to that. These facts hitting him in his face right now. And her actually speaking these truths out loud and saying what has been pulling them apart this entire time out loud now, you know? And there's no denying anything. And he was trying. He really was trying, y'all. Here's how this breakup went. When Simone girl led with what's going on between you and Layla, I said, yo, she's really going for it. That's a question you put out there. There's no denying it, especially when you and that person who she named have been spending so much time together. We know that he feels something when it comes to Layla. The only thing he can do is either try to deny it or fake like he don't know what's up. And my man, he went with faking like he don't know what's up. He was like, what do you mean? Simone girl, she was speaking the truth. This girl was like, something shifted between you two. You know, there's a connection. I said, you see it. You definitely see it. And here's my thing too. Simone girl, she only heard the phone calls before. The phone calls, because she wasn't worried before she left for Brixton. She was not worried about her man. She only heard them phone calls. Now you're back home. Seeing him and that girl together and how they interact with each other. She's only been home for a day at this point. A day, maybe a day and a night, but she only been with them for a day. And she hasn't been with them the entire day. And every single time that she's been with them, it's just been adding more and more onto what she's slowly been putting together in her mind. Come on, Simone. I knew you saw. And what it is also is because Simone is now calling out what him and Layla have been sharing on their own, have been sharing between the two of them. And not just by anyone, this is your girlfriend who's bringing it to your attention. So to now have feelings that you haven't even fully discovered yourself, and someone else who's your girl is telling you about those feelings that are coming between your relationship, he ain't know how to take that. That's why man's was like, I haven't cheated on you. He had to get that out there. Because I told y'all, you're either going to try to play dumb or you're going to try to defend yourself. My man's, he was trying to defend. Man's was like, I got to defend myself. I ain't do nothing wrong. How is my friendship with Layla any different than what you shared with Damon? I said, and he thought the emotional entanglement. He said, were you not the one who said you had to distance yourself because of your emotional entanglement? I said, he is really trying out here. He is really trying to throw things. I said, Jor, just accept it. You know, I know it's a shock because it's coming to you from Simone and it's something that you haven't had to deal with before now. You know, it's never been brought to your attention before now from anyone else. It's a shock. I get that. But don't make girl think she going crazy. Don't try to make homegirl think she going crazy because she not. She is definitely speaking over here. He was like, Layla and I have been best friends since we were kids. She was like, no. Her and Liv have been best friends since they were kids. I was like, that's right. That's 100% correct. You would not know her. You would not be her friend if it were not for Olivia. If it were not for Liv, you and Layla would not be as close as you are now. Olivia and her is where it started. And because you're twins, because you're her brother, you know, you got to be a part of a lot of things that they experienced growing up together. Your relationship with her would not be what it is. It wouldn't have grown to what it is now had it not started with her and Liv's friendship. So that's where it started. And you and her just grew over time. So Simone is definitely right. Here's the thing though with Simone in this conversation. This was the only thing that I was like, no, Simone. It's like, Jordan, don't you see what's going on? Jordan, he's still, I told y'all, he in shock. He can't take it. He's still trying to wrap his mind around what's being said between him and Simone. And he's also panicking a little bit because he sees where this conversation is headed. You know, he wasn't intending to have this sort of conversation right now on her one weekend that she's back home. So she's like, don't you see what's going on here? Everyone sees it. No, they don't, girl. No, it's only you and Clay. That's it. Y'all the only two because y'all was the only two involved with them. Like, that's it. That's why they've been living like that. Jordan and Lay, that's why, yo. Because ain't nobody see nothing to say nothing. They not worried about them. So y'all two, because y'all been involved, you know, you're his girlfriend for now. And Clay was with Lay, but everyone else, no. Hold on though, because the way this combo ended, and you know, they both know where it's headed, the conversation between the two of them. They both know that they've grown apart, that they are no longer emotionally invested in this relationship. We have love for each other. We aren't in love with each other, and we're trying to make this work, but we're still young. We feel these attractions to other people. They may not be on the same level, but that attraction is there. And they grew apart, which is fine because I feel like with her going to Brixton, him going to GAU, it showed them that their bond, which I don't feel like it was that strong to begin with, y'all, but their bond, it wasn't as strong as what they had originally going into their respective schools. And then on top of that, they were each going into college still trying to find themselves. and finding themselves, which they're still doing. It just also showed them that they weren't finding themselves with each other in the end. And that's what we have right now. And that's why things ended between the two of them. It was nice. They had some cute moments. During Simone called it quits, this girl writes him a letter. I was like, you was just talking to him. Why you over here writing him a letter? But it was cute though. It was nice. I guess it's the things that needed to be said beyond the initial shock of, okay, we are really ending things and all this is coming out. It's the additional stuff on top of that, now that a little bit of time has settled down for her to be able to write this out, you know. Really just like her last few parting words, and because you don't want things to be left unsaid if you're ending a relationship with someone who you truly cared about. And that's what this was. I feel her writing this letter to him, she really does care about him and his bro Spence, and that's why she brought it up. That touched my heart, y'all. Her bringing up him and Spence and just wanting them to work it out, because no matter what happens between her and Jor, how they end things and what comes between them, she knows the relationship that him and Spence have as brothers, you know, as friends, and she wanted him to fix that, y'all. I said, come on, Simone, don't do this to me. She wanted them to fix it, y'all. Have all this going on for her. You know, she came all this way not expecting her relationship to end, but she wanted to make sure her relationship was still in a good place. She wanted to see her friends, she wanted to see her family, her boyfriend. And I know, let me get through this, y'all. I know I was excited for the breakup, but come on, I feel for Simone, man. Leaving here now, you're leaving single. Home no longer feels like home, really. And your ex-boyfriend, you know fully now that he has strong, deep feelings for someone else. That sucks. And with all of that still going on in your mind, all these emotions still going through you, that girl Simone looked drained too, y'all. When that breakup was happening, she looked drained. All them things running through you, your heart, your mind, your body, everything weighing you down. And at the end of the day, you still just want to make sure, that's where your mind goes to. You want to make sure that Jor and his brother, that they're good, that they work through their issues, you know. You want that to at least be something that can be fixed. So when that boy Spence walked outside and Jor hands him the letter and breaks down in his arms, I said, what? Stop. This man broke down in his arms. Yeah, because his relationship was just freshly over like 5 minutes ago. It was just done. But then also she wanted him to work things out with Spence, and you know, this was him taking that step. Hold on, backtrack, back it up. Back at the cafe, y'all. Spence and Layla, yo, they cleared the air. They had a nice cordial conversation. Got the DJ for the event. Spence is thanking her for that because he's appreciative, you know, that she's able to do this. Because at this point she hadn't said like friends, they hadn't had a full conversation, a real conversation. And the fact that she still did this for him because it's just something that means something to him, is important for him. And homegirl, she's letting go of a lot of things and she's clearing the air with a lot of things. This was the stop on that train. I said we could stop here. I like this because when I was watching it, I was thinking back to when they first met. And I said, you know, they had that initial attraction that they felt for one another, and then got into a relationship not too long after. It didn't work out. Just sticking to being friends for a while until the other was ready. Tried to make it work again. It was not working. We know this. And now I feel like this time around, it's truly going to be a real friendship. And it's because they're both where they're meant to be. And they're on their way to where they're supposed to be. But I feel like right now in life, they're where they're meant to be. They're with who they're meant to be with. This is truly going to be a friendship for them. A genuine friendship. And them starting fresh, you know, and just getting to know each other as friends. And I'm like, yes, Bolivia, look at here. They take turns. Who crib we sleeping at tonight? It's going to be yours and mine. Today, it was Live Girls. I was like, look at how this girl's coming upstairs to come check on her man. She was like, did we wake you? He said, no, Davita already took care of that. I know I said she don't got no claws, but still, we don't need Davita waking him up out of his sleep. Liv could have done that on her own. So my man's, he getting ready. He got to have this apparel line. Well, he has to prep for it because Davita, she got the whole day planned out for my man's. Liv girl, we're catching up with her this week. What's happening with her article, Jen, because her and Jen, come on, what's happening with that relationship over there? we gonna see, it ain't going too well. And now her and Spence, I said, yo, this communication between them, y'all, we know communication has always been their thing. Communication for them has always been very strong. It's been struggling, and they still had it struggling today. When she went up there to go get him, right, the Davida thing, that hit me first. But this right here, this girl get a phone call, and she was like, I gotta take this. He's standing there. He's like, okay. She said in private. Me and Spence said, what? Spence looked. She did a double look to make sure he was out the room. I said, oh no, where are we going with this? Look here, y'all, because there's so much that, oh, Olivia, come on. Even before that, with the computer, and the girl she went closing down the computer, y'all. She said, He peeped it. My man was like, I thought we weren't hiding anything from each other. Liv girl, at this point, this article is her crutch. Like, she is going to use this article for every excuse, every reason to get out of not telling this man something. And I'm like, we can't do this because it's affecting us. Man, Spence, he hurting. And y'all saw him, yo, his eyes, he was trying his best too. He was over there trying to peek. I said, my man, he hurt. It's hurting him that he doesn't know every little thing. And y'all know how he be liking to know stuff. Especially because he loves this girl. This is his girl. And he wants to know everything. He doesn't want there to be secrets. He doesn't want their communication to take a hit. Even if it's to do with the article. Yeah, they had disagreements on it in the past, but they were still able to talk about it. And it seems like now that same article is just growing more and more. It's becoming a bigger part of Liv's life right now. And that's a part that she's not talking about. So that part that's becoming bigger, that part that's taking up more of her time, is what she's not talking to him about because she doesn't want to involve him in that part of things because they've already had disagreements on it in the past. I'm like, nah, y'all, don't do this. Talk about it. Now, Spence is back on campus meeting with Davida, and this girl, Davida, is on it, y'all. Davida, I was like, look, each week that I see Davida and how she's acting, I would still say at this point in time, I think she is still just trying to help him in his career, his future. So all this hands-on stuff and her having this whole spread out on the table of his apparel for his apparel launch, I was like, it seemed a little much. You seem like you're really trying here, being a try hard, but I'm gonna take it for now. I'm gonna take it. So she has everything spread out. She just needs his approval on things. She finds out that he hasn't really been promoting his stuff, you know. Spence this is new for this man. And he's still trying. Yes, he wants to do this. Yes, he wants to prep his future and, you know, get the most out of his college experience, get some endorsements and everything. But at the same time, that's a huge adjustment for him to make these changes to his life, you know. So stepping out of his comfort zone is something that he's still working on, something he wants to do, but something that he's working on and he's struggling a little bit with. So that's right now, you know, he hasn't really been promoting it like that. Nobody knows. The only people that's about to be up in that party is Davida, Spence, his family, friends, and maybe a few teammates and classmates. That's about it until Wade shows up. Wade comes up in there, he sees what's happening. This dude, he puts the little hat on, he posts about it on social media. Now mad people about to show up, right? All his followers. I was like, he don't know yet, Spence, but he about to find out. Fast forward now, right? We get Spence, Simone, and Joy. They sit here, you know, she was trying to fix their friendship, see what was going on. First, she had to figure out what the problem was. So she was trying to figure out what that problem was. They wasn't really trying to talk to each other because they still not feeling each other. This girl pulls up because I said, yo, she all the way up in Brixton, and even she know about this stuff. It must be something that's like just across different schools, you know? She pulls up the post about Liv. I said, Spence is about to go off. That boy Spence, look, he was tight. Spence was out. Side note here, I'm also just remembering Jor, he could have shown more of a reaction to Liv Girl being up on that site and being called a skank on that site for everybody to see. He didn't show much of a reaction. That boy Spence was tight. He went to go find his girl and then he was going to go find Wade. Jor, he was just sitting there. He looked, he said, and then went right back like nothing. Like he was just chill. Look, also, because when Spence goes to find Liv and he brings it up to her, she was like, oh, you saw it. And he was like, he realized that she knew about it, but she didn't say anything. She didn't want him to worry. She's handling it on her own. He's upset because someone disrespected his girl. He not gonna sit here and stand for that. We know how Spence is, and we know how hard Spence loves. And this man said, nah, I'm not gonna go for that. He legit said, nah, yo. Wait, he did say nah. This man dipped out, but Liv girl, she didn't want him to worry about it. She didn't want to come between him and his teammate. She already knew that the article was causing issues between her and Spence, and now it's her against Wade, who is Spence's teammate. And Spence just did this interview where he called Wade the best QB in the country. So it's so many things that she was taking into account as to why she didn't tell him, but still, Mans was gonna go after Wade. So now Jor, really quickly back to him, talking about, oh, I'm pretty sure Liv has it handled, which is why she didn't say anything. It's because she has it handled. Just making assumptions. I'm like, okay, you know, that twin telepathy, that really is how she was feeling. You know, she does have it handled on her end. But even still, you could have checked in with the girl. And I know y'all had y'all differences over the last few weeks, you and your sister. But my man's, she's literally been posted about online, called out of her name. And you just gonna assume that she's good and that she's got it handled. She is tough, but don't just be assuming. Go check on her at least and be like, oh, you good? And then let her tell you that she got it handled, and then you can go about your business. He just was chilling. Spence goes to find Wade, yo. He was jacking Wade up. He's yo. He wasn't. But he did go find Wade, y'all. My man was ready to throw hands, though. He was definitely ready to throw hands, and Wade was denying it, saying he ain't do it. And I was like, he lying. I felt like he was still lying because it said she was a skink. You called her a skink. Come on, man. He over here using Joy to vouch his story for him. Talking about they was in a meeting. And I'm like, something's not adding up here. And my man Spence, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Just took his word for it, right? So now later at his event. And I'm like, yo, oh, stop though. Liv girl, because she got the whole Jen storyline going on. She was late to Jen's meeting earlier. Jen was feeling some kind of way, like, you weren't there for me. And I get it. Liv has a lot going on, y'all. She's trying to balance so much. And this is her first time being someone's sponsor. She was just a little bit late. So her and Jen, they decide to meet up later so she can prep Jen for her audition. She sees Jen girl, she done hurt her ankle. I said, how she did that? Ballet? And so they get back to the house later on. She's fixing Jen up. She is questioning in her mind, in her heart. She don't know if Jen is using again because she sees that Jen is injured. And instead of talking to Jen about it, which I feel like she should have just been honest and open, but you know, she is a lot. Look, we're going through it right now. She don't know how she's acting, that she's acting out of character, you know? So and it's because it's just, she's always on the move. This girl, she was trying to go through Jen's stuff, and they was trying to warn her. Two on the couch, they was trying to warn her, but Jen came back really quickly. It's like, yo, you going through my stuff? You know it, you not invited, but thanks for doing my hair, but you not invited no more. She disinvited her, y'all. So now she's free to go to the apparel launch. That's why she showed up. So when she gets here, she told Spence though that's as far as it went. She didn't go into detail, but also because this is his night. She doesn't want to rain on his night with all this negativity, her feeling down and everything. Like, she wants to be there, and that's why she's there, to support him. And so she just lets him know that she was disinvited from the audition because of something that happened with Jen. And he wants to talk about it because that's who they are. She wants to be there for him. She doesn't want to take away from his night. He wants to be there for her, regardless of what he has going on. And that even if this is for him, he still wants to be there because he sees that she's going through something and that she's struggling. That's who they are. And she's not trying to talk about it. He is being pulled away by Davida. Like, come on, don't you see them having a conversation? She do. And now has to make a speech. So with all this going on, and your girl and you not being able to finish this conversation, something that's important to both of you, we know it is, you now have to make a speech, which is something you weren't even prepared to do. During this time, Wade ends up coming up to Liv, and he's like, oh, this dude did it. It's some underclassmen. He lying, y'all. I was like, yo, you lying. You set this boy up, man. You trying to get Liv girl. Ain't no way. You look at how nice he was being when he brought that boy up to her. I'm really sorry about this. I'm gonna make him do push-ups. You was just going off on her on that bench on campus. And now you trying to be this nice? And I'm like, it literally said what you called her. So it's not even like someone was going against what you said. they were basically in agreement with what you said to this girl. And now you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said, look, girl, don't take it. Do not take it. You see, don't you? Yo, which we saw because now, back on campus, him and Spence make nice because, oh, yeah, you know, it was the underclassman, Liv girl. She believes now it wasn't Wade. Spence walks out the locker room, and this dude pays this kid. I said, oh, it was him. Liv girl gonna be hurt for this. I know it. It's leading up to Liv girl getting hurt somehow, some way, and I ain't for it. So later, when Liv girl is back at the house with Layla, Spence ends up hitting them up. He's like, yo, come to the field. So they get over there, right? He ain't there yet. They sitting on the bench with George. George, he's soaking. He ain't got no girl no more for now. So Liv girl's like, you want to talk about the breakup? And he's like, no. He don't want to talk about it, y'all. He was sad for a minute. And the next second, he was over it. Why? Girl sitting right there to his right. That's his girl right there. Spence walks up, y'all. Him and George, they officially squashed everything. Spence apologizes. George should have apologized as well. He's like, we're out here with our favorite people. I said, yes, y'all are. That's them right there. Look at them. Sitting right there. Hold on. They want to play 2-on-2, y'all. This girl, Layla, she pops one up. She goes to take the ball from Spence. George's eyes follows this girl the entire time. Liv girl's trying to talk to him. She's like, what do you say, twin? Team dumped? He didn't even want to look at her. He had to force his head over there for a second. Just a second. He's like, oh, I guess I gotta look. And then whipped it right back to Layla, right? This man could not keep his eyes off of her. And her eyes, they were right back to him. They didn't even care. At this point, they can't even help it, y'all. They can't help it. Liv girl peeping, though? I said, she's gonna find out. She's gonna put 2 and 2 together. Come on, we need somebody in this group. Let's go. We gotta bring this up. We gotta bring this to the surface fully. We need somebody in this group to put it together. It's supposed to be Liv girl. Yo, he said, I want Layla. That girl, Layla's days. Layla was just stuck on him. That's it. She wasn't even focusing on what he was saying. She was just stuck on him. The other two, though, Spence, I don't think Spence really caught it, but Liv girl, I think Liv girl caught it, y'all. That girl, Liv girl, said, she make a little double look. I said, you see it, right? Because we've been seeing it, but now you finally starting to see it too, girl. Come on. I know you for this. It's your brother, your best friend. They're getting back there, y'all. They are. Still staring. Everybody gets up. They go on the field to play. Y'all, little catch. It wasn't even little. I'm not even going to play my girl. The catch that Liv does. I said, okay, Liv girl. You know, she always be throwing out there that she's a coach's daughter. You know, she comes from a football family. She was showing it right here on this field. I said, Spence, that's your girl. She was so excited too. I said, yes, girl, you should be. I tell y'all, they look so cute out there. They look so cute. My heart could not take it. All 4 of them. You know what I also really liked about them being out there on that field is just for a little while, they were able to forget about everything and just be free and happy and live in the moment with each other. And I say, look, it's so nice when they could just relax and chill and just be with each other as friends, as lovers. Let's go. I'm getting my party next week. I'ma see y'all. Thanks for watching today's video, y'all. Let's comment down below what you thought of this week's episode, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.